Hello again. Welcome to Verbling. I am teacher Oakley, and for the next hour, we're going to continue our series at this particular time slot this week here at Verbling to talk about collocations, words, combinations of words that are very common in the English language. Combinations like adjective, noun combination, adverb, adjective combinations, verbs and object nouns, verbs and prepositions. English being a language where we speak in phrases, not really one word at a time. It's very valuable to learn these common collocations. Sometimes it seems strange if we use a different collocation. Things like talking about somebody who smokes a lot of cigarettes, he's a heavy smoker. If you say he's a constant smoker or he was a frequent smoker, it sounds very strange to a native English speaker. So that's the idea. We're going to be learning these kinds of collocations today, specifically collocations that have to do with speech and speaking. Okay. We'll be doing this by reading some different types of material and discussing it. And then towards the end of class, we'll do some exercises to check our understanding and our knowledge. Okay. Hello, Sasha. Welcome to the class. Hello.
Hello, thank you.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you very much. Okay, a little hot, but other than that, I'm doing well. Okay. Well, hopefully some other folks in Verbling can jump in the class. There's plenty of room still. I'm gonna kind of get started, but you can feel free to jump into the class at any time. Okay, well, here's a couple of jumpies. Hello, Gina.
Hello.
Hi, Gina. Welcome. How are you today?
Fine, thanks. And you?
I'm okay. Thank you very much. And also, Pudapone has joined us.
Hi, teacher. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. Thank you. Welcome to the class.
Thank you.
All right. And David as well. Hi, David.
Hello, how are you?
I am fine. Thank you. Doing great. Okay, I'm gonna do a screen share here. We're gonna start off by reading a wedding speech. It's a very common custom in English-speaking culture to have the best man of the groom at a wedding to have him give a speech before the dinner, or at the dinner, at the reception of the wedding. So we're going to look at an example of that and talk about some of the collocations, phrases that talk about speaking. All right, let's get started. Okay. All right. I guess it's a little bit long. We'll try maybe reading one sentence at a time. Sasha, can you start us off with the first sentence here, starting with whenever?
Sure. Whenever I make a speech, I always try to get to the point as quickly as possible.
Okay, very good. You can make a speech, or you can give a speech. He gave a speech at the lecture hall last evening. Okay, either one is acceptable, verb and object noun. Okay, all right, he says he likes to get to the point. Sasha, what if somebody does not like to get to the point, or they won't get to the point in speaking English? Do you know an idiom that we have to describe that?
Uh, yeah, I think yes, I'll try to remember. It's something map, so with map, something with map, map around or something like that.
Well, something around. Yeah, actually, I was going to write it, but Nader beat me to it. You're beating around the bush if you're not coming to the point, and you're okay. You're talking. Uh, you're not willing to come to the point. You're beating around the bush, is the common phrase that we use. Uh, okay, you beat around the bush, or if you never come to a point because maybe you don't have a point. Maybe you don't even know your own point. You beat around the bush when you don't want to come to the point because you're nervous about the outcome of the conversation. You don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, maybe, or something of that nature. You know the point, but you don't want to get to the point. Or we can say you're talking in circles. He talks in circles, meaning he never gets to a point. He just goes around and around. Or even a conversation between many people where the conversation never gets to a point. I've had meetings like that where the meeting we just sat around talking in circles and we never got anything accomplished. Nothing was ever solved. Talking in circles. Or maybe somebody's talking in circles, they don't even know what the point is. Okay. All right, let me quickly welcome Nader to the class. Hello, Nader. Thank you for the contribution. Hi there. And also, Fan, hello, welcome to the class. Fan alias, what's your alias? Fan, what would you like me to call you?
Dell.
Dell, all right, Dell, that's right. Dell as a fan, right. Hi, Dell. Dell, it's a little bit noisy where you are. If you wouldn't mind muting your microphone. Yeah, it sounds like, I don't know. Sounds strange, actually. Like you're in a fish tank or something. Anyway, thank you very much. All right, we'll talk to you a bit later. Okay, let's continue with the next sentence. Gina, could you read the next sentence from here?
I could tell a lot of stories about Jim, my best friend since childhood, but I don't want to embarrass him, so I won't.
Okay. What does that mean? What is the speaker saying? I could tell a lot of stories.
He knows much about Jim, or about what he did in his life.
Right, his past. Another word for that, what are little stories, maybe amusing stories, maybe stories that have a point that we use to talk about, often about people, more situations. Do you know another more formal word for that?
No.
No? Okay. Such a story is can be also called an anecdote. All right. Yeah. A story told to be amusing or maybe to make some kind of a point. Like you might tell a story to show how generous Jim is. You tell a little story about something he did in the past. That would be an anecdote. Often collocated, an amusing anecdote is often collocated with this word because they're often funny in order, to entertain who you're telling the story to. Okay. Let's continue. Put a poem from also.
Also, before the wedding, I gave him the word that I wouldn't crack any jokes, as I am really bad at telling jokes.
Okay. All right. Well, put a poem, what does that mean? He gave him his word. What's another way to say that?
Okay. So like a tail joke.
No, not about a joke. We'll get to that in a minute. Um,
But like,
if you give someone your word, you
it's like blessing him.
well, no, not exactly. If I give you my word, I won't tell your secret. I promise you. Okay.
Okay.
If you give someone your word, you promise them. All right.
Mhm.
Just you can use it the same way that we use promise. I give you my word, I'll pick you up at the airport. I promise you I'll pick you up at the airport. Same way.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
And okay, put upon about the jokes. All right. He's no good at telling jokes. That's pretty straightforward. But what is the meaning of to crack a joke?
I won't crack this joke. Not. It's like I don't get the joke.
Well, basically the same thing as to tell a joke. You crack a joke.
Okay.
There's a slight, I guess, there's a slight connotation or inference that you tell a joke kind of unexpectedly. Like the class clown in a classroom will suddenly, shout out a joke in the middle of class. He cracks a joke in the middle of class. So,
It's like you crack me up, crack me out.
crack me up. Yeah, very good. All right, excellent. If you crack me up, you really make me laugh. I cracked up when he told the joke. Okay, I laughed really hard, uncontrollably. Okay, yes.
Mhm.
Very related. That's right. Excellent. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, those are definitely related. Okay, moving on. David.
Okay. Sorry. So I'll do no more than wish Jim and Sandra luck and hope they have a long and happy life together.
All right, great. So, all right, he's going to wish them luck. What are some other circumstances where we would wish someone luck?
And I think there are many examples.
Hmm.
If you have to pass an exam, for example, if you are going to play a match of any sport, if
Okay.
you are asking someone for something, for example, your girlfriend to marry you, I think there's
Okay.
many examples. Yes.
Well, yes and no. It would be okay and easily understood. Oh, I wish you luck. Okay, particularly the one about asking someone to marry you, or I wish you luck in the football match. But yeah, that's perfectly okay. You're right. It would be more common though to say good luck. Good luck at the game. Good luck with your proposal. Much easier and more common. I wish you luck is, I guess, slightly more formal, and we tend to use it for things like somebody's graduation or wedding. It's just a little bit more formal.
Okay.
Or if you just bought a new business, you just opened your business. Oh, I wish you the best of luck. Another common phrase. There's the idea of new beginnings,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a little bit more formal. It's very informal to just say good luck. Oh, you're going to the casino tonight. Good luck. I wouldn't say I wish you the best of luck at the casino. I wouldn't say that. That would be weird. Okay. One more question. David, there's another special phrase that we use for actors and actresses, entertainers, dancers, singers, someone who's about to take the stage, most especially. A way that we wish them good luck.
I know this phrase in Spanish, and I don't know it's the same because in Spanish we sit for the actors.
Sit for the actors.
Yes.
No,
So
no. This is This is going to seem weird to you, but in English we say break a leg.
Break a leg. Okay.
Break a leg. This doesn't sound very lucky at all, but this goes back to an old superstition. All right, a belief that actors or stage folks, vaudevillians, had that if you say good luck, that's bad luck. I don't know, one of those weird, it's the opposite superstitions. If you say it out loud, it's bad luck. One of those kinds of things. I think it's related to that. So instead of saying good luck, you're supposed to, if you say good luck to an actor or actress or a singer, performer, that's bad luck. Because you said it out loud. So break a leg is the phrase we often use. Okay. I'd like to quickly welcome Heidi to the class. Hey there, Heidi.
Hello. Nice to
Hello.
see you.
Hello, hello. Welcome. Okay. Let's move on. Okay, we're going to look at a business conversation. So here we go. Maybe some collocations that we might hear. In a business sense, in a talking business, basically. Okay, let's try this one out. All right. Nidair, are you just chatting today for now? Yes. You're just writing? Oh, okay. All right. All right. We'll get to you later then. All right. Let's start with Dell then. Dell. All right. We'll just take turns reading Paula, David, Paula, David. Dell, go ahead. Paula.
David, I wonder if I could have a brief chat with you about our new secretary.
Okay. Dell, how? What's a brief chat, or how long is a brief chat?
I don't know. It's kind of a short conversation.
Yes. Okay.
But
And
it doesn't say how long it is.
right. No, we don't know. Depends on Paula. Sometimes I've had bosses who want to have a brief chat that lasted 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's supposed to be a short conversation, right? Now, okay, Dell, what's the difference if you chat with somebody or if you talk with somebody? Is there a difference?
I think the chat is you talk to someone with a casual way,
Mm-hmm.
in a casual way, not that talk to someone that's serious.
Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Oh, we're just chatting. Right. Casual is the key word. That's it. That's exactly right. And we have lots of co-located phrases where we use talk, and in general, the general implication, not always, but the general implication for many of these is that a talk is serious. We need to have a talk. That's serious. Okay, we need to talk about this problem, talk about something. Of course, small talk, if you're having small talk, that's obviously, that's like a chat, that's unimportant or casual. Okay, Heidi, can you take over? David? Mm-hmm.
Yes, I had a quick word with Lauren about it yesterday. She said there have been problems.
Okay, quick word. Okay, same question. Does that mean one word?
Maybe several words.
Of course. A few exchange sentences would be a quick word. Yeah, that's right. Very common to say, could I have a brief chat or could I have a quick word with you? You meet a colleague at work in the hallway. Can I have a quick word with you? You talk to them for 30 seconds to a minute, and that's it. Okay, this would be very common in the business world. Of course, where you're pressed for time and you have things to do. So, in normal everyday life, you wouldn't normally talk to your neighbor and say, "Could I have a quick word with you?" That's a little strange. Okay, continuing. Sasha.
Could we talk now? I know it's a delicate subject, but I don't think we need to make it a lengthy discussion with everyone involved.
Okay, it's a delicate subject. All right, very common and useful collocation. What does that mean?
Something like touchy.
Oh, very good.
Touchy.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you could say that and it would be very understood. A touchy subject, a sensitive subject, very good. A delicate subject. Any of those other ones could be used. A delicate subject, a very strong collocation. Goes together very commonly, very normal. A lengthy discussion, well, okay, that's fairly obvious. All right.
Yeah, sure, long.
Yeah, talk that's going to last a long time. Sure.
Yeah,
that's pretty obvious. All right. Okay, moving on. Gina.
Well, actually, I am rather glad you raised the subject. Yes, let's talk.
Okay, if you raise the subject, what does he mean by that, Gina?
To start to talk about the matter.
Very good. Do you know any other way to say this? David could have said this another way. Do you know another way he could have said it? Not really? Okay. He could have said, I'm glad you brought it up. Brought it up. I'm glad you brought it up. Yes, you bring up something, phrasal verb, obviously a verb with the preposition, which now is a particle. He raised the subject, he brought it up. This is another very common way to express that. Or we can say it in the third person. He brought up a topic yesterday that I would like to talk about a little more. At the last meeting, somebody brought up the topic of parking. Okay, raised the subject, introduced. Now, these are very strong collocations. Brought it up, raised the subject. Obviously, there's other ways to say it. Broached the topic, much more formal. Okay, introduced the subject, very formal. Okay, oh, well, here's a long one. Okay, Putapone.
Yes, okay. Well, speaking of the record, every time you give her instructions, she never seems to understand. And if you challenge her directly, she just plain ignorance.
Okay, well, let's just stop there because this is a really long one with lots of collocations. So let's talk about this first. Wow, what does that mean, Putapone? Speaking off the record.
Like speak personally, not in the meeting or conference.
Okay, perhaps, especially in this case, yeah, that would seem to be the case. This is a very, many of you guys, you might have seen this in movies where somebody's talking to a reporter or perhaps a policeman or perhaps a lawyer, and they say, well, can I speak off the record for a minute? Which means they're saying that it's not recorded, it's not to be talked about later in the court of law, it's not to be published by a reporter. If you ask a reporter, may I speak off the record, you're asking them, if I you're telling them, really, if I say this, you can't publish it. It's off the record. All right. If you say something to a lawyer, he can't bring it up in court like that. So the idea is that it can't be used against you later. So when Paula says this to David, she's basically telling David, David, you can't mention this later in a meeting. You can't say I said this to the secretary later. Okay, I don't want you to tell anybody. Basically, that's it. Keep it secret, that's it. Yeah, basically, that's what you're saying. Okay, another collocation. You give instructions. You don't make instructions or do instructions. You give instructions. That's the verb, object, noun. Collocation. But I think it's fairly direct and obvious. Just need to know you use that verb. Okay, put upon if you challenge someone directly. What does that mean?
Challenge her directly. Like order her to do something.
Well, you question her or why she did something directly. Okay. Why did you file this here? Why did you send ABC Company this email? Direct question, not a polite, indirect question. Very much related to the idea of direct questions and indirect questions. You're not beating around the bush. You're coming straight to the point.
Okay.
Okay. A direct question, why did she do something? And, okay, when you challenge her directly. Now, okay, I also have to say, we have this collocation, very strong, challenge someone directly, but we do not have any collocation. You challenge them indirectly. We never say that. You could say you are fishing for information. Okay. Maybe beating around the bush even. Okay. But you can't, it doesn't make sense. Challenge is very assertive. Indirectly, of course, is not assertive, so that wouldn't make any sense, actually. Okay, last one. Put upon, she pleads ignorance.
It's like a pretend like I don't understand, or like a innocent.
Yeah. Well, okay, you plead innocent. You you plead innocent or you plead guilty in a court of law. Okay, you put in your plea. Your plea is, okay, your statement of whatever, your defense, the statement of your defense. If you plead ignorance, you're saying that you don't know anything about it. Okay, right. You can plead guilty, plead innocent, plead ignorance. I don't know if there's any other collocations with plead. Plead insanity. You can plead insanity. Yeah, you definitely can plead insanity in a court of law or in real life. Okay, let me have David take over from the.
Okay. The other secretaries are complaining bitterly that they end up doing her work. Yeah. One of them dropped a hint that she might resign if nothing is done about it. I could tell by the tone of her voice that she was serious.
Okay, very good. All right, complaining bitterly. Another pretty strong collocation, a verb and an adverb. Verb and an adverb, yes. All right. Okay, so what does that mean if somebody's complaining bitterly, David?
If you complain extremely because you are not agreeing, you are very disappointed, I think.
Yeah, and well, it goes hand in hand with the rest of the statement here. Yeah, if somebody's complaining bitterly, you would hear it in their intonation. That stupid jerk, I can't believe she did that. It would be quite obvious from intonation. Okay, she dropped a hint. She might resign. All right. Well, what do you think she might have said, David?
I think if in a conversation I want to say something, but I don't say it directly, and
Right.
I drop. I think I it's like I tell you I let you this thing here, and you can do it or not. It's up to you.
Yeah. Okay, I imagine she might have said something like, well, if that secretary is going to stay here, I don't know how much longer I'll be here. That would be dropping a hint. You know, she's not saying I'm going to quit. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be here, though. What is she going to get sick or drop dead or what? But no, it's fairly obvious she's talking about quitting. All right, that's dropping a hint. You can drop a hint, could be negative or positive. You could drop a hint with your parents what you would like for your birthday. I really like that new bicycle. Wow, did you see that bicycle, Dad? See the one, you know, with the handlebars there? It's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah, I'd really like to have one of those. Okay, dropping a hint. Tone of voice. Well, has a lot to do with what I just said.
It's the sound of your voice.
Yeah, basically your intonation.
Yes.
What I was talking about, the person could tell she was complaining bitterly because of the tone of her voice. Yeah. Okay, an admonition. Okay, something my mother used to say to me. She used to say, "Don't take that tone with me, young man." Okay. Okay. Meaning she could tell by my tone of voice that I was being, well, probably knowing me, I was being sarcastic or maybe a little rude. Okay. Probably sarcastic. Maybe angry even. All right. Okay, continuing. Dell. David.
Oh, yeah. Well, I have a word with her and make it clear that she has to improve, or we might have to ask her to leave.
Okay, very good. Now, of course, Dell, in a conversation of this nature, this oh dear isn't an address like dear Mr. Smith in a letter. It's not a salutation. It's a sound. It's an expletive of consternation if you're upset. Oh dear. Okay, it would definitely have more emphatic intonation. Oh dear. Oh dear. Something along that line. It's an expletive. So, you know, wow. We don't say wow. You know, we use in expletives. We use a lot more intonation. Okay, I'll have a word with her. Okay, very similar. A quick word. Okay, I'll have a word. All right, very much related. However, okay, if you're going to have a word with somebody, pretty much that means you're going to critique them. You're going to criticize them. You have to talk to them about something negative. Probably. Not always to yell at them. Maybe you have to give them some bad information or upsetting information. Usually negative, though. You don't say, oh, she got her bonus this month. I'll have a word with her. That would be weird. Hey, no, oh, I'll make sure to tell her right away she got the bonus. You wouldn't say, I'll have a word with her. Have a word is very negative. Okay, Dale, if you're going to make it clear. All right. Obviously. Well, what does that mean, Dale, if you're going to make it clear?
I think it's to because it means she has to improve, or we might have to ask her to leave. So I think make it clear it means let her know what, let her know, make sure the person definitely knows this thing.
Definitely knows. It's unambiguous. You can't be misunderstood. It's obvious. Yeah.
Yes.
Let me make one thing perfectly clear. Okay, perfectly clear. Crystal clear. A couple collocations for you. Very, very common with clear. Absolutely clear. Yeah, we often use other adverbs, to strong adverbs generally with clear. Crystal clear, of course, refers to you can see through it. Okay. Heidi, next one, please.
Thanks, David. Anyway, let's change the subject. How's the sales plan going?
Okay, well, obviously she demonstrates in the sentence what change the subject is. Okay, well, this is a very strong collocation. We just generally always use this phrase. We don't say, let's change the topic. Not that, I mean, anybody would understand what you meant, but this is the generally accepted phrase to use. It's a very strong collocation. I'd like to change the subject. All right. Okay, it's just a very, very strong collocation. All right, Sasha, next with David.
Oh, not bad, but I have to tell you the truth. I've been very busy with other things lately. In fact, I was going to ask you a favor.
Okay, well, all right. This English speakers do this all the time, to tell you the truth. Can you think of other ones? Often we even we preface a sentence, we use it as a subordinator. To tell you the truth, blah, 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 blah. Do you know any others that we use, subordinators, that pretty much mean the same thing?
Maybe I have to make a confess, maybe something like that.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Make a confession.
Okay. Yeah, because we want to tell the truth. I have to confess, blah, blah, blah. I'm really attracted to your sister.
And
Yeah.
sometimes said quite honestly.
Quite honestly, okay. Quite honestly, right. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. English speakers like to use these. Honestly, to be honest, quite honestly, frankly, or to be frank. Frank, by the way, is not just a person's name. It means honest and open. Well, more open. To be frank, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. I don't know why. Maybe it's because English speakers lie a lot. They feel the need to introduce something by saying, really, I'm not lying this time. Really. I'm not sure. But in any case, it's very common to use these expressions. All right. I need to ask you a favor. I was going to ask you a favor. I need to ask you a favor. I'd like to ask you a favor. Sasha, what does that mean? Ask a favor.
Ask maybe for help or for suggestion or advice.
Yeah. Okay. Or, well, maybe that you need them to do something, actually physically.
Yeah.
Give me a ride
Yes.
to the airport. Lend me $5. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. I know what you're about to say. Don't worry. I'll help you with it. Okay. Fine. Okay. All right. Let's take a quick look at these little notes or whatever they are. All right, notes about problems. Okay, Gina, are you here? All right, Gina, go ahead and read the whole darn thing here, I guess.
Dear Aunt Cloda, I find it difficult to get into conversation with new people or to join in a conversation that's already started. And even if I do talk to someone, I feel as if I'm boring them. I like meeting people and I want to be able to get to know them and not just make a polite conversation. What can I do? Nora Piputova.
Wow, you said that name very well. Is that a real name? Pipatova? I thought that was a joke name. Peep out of a what? Okay. All right, anyway. All right. You get into conversation, Gina, is to what?
To start a conversation.
Yep. You join in a conversation. Well, okay, that's obvious. You join a conversation that's already started. It actually even says it. Okay, duh. What is make polite conversation?
Polite conversation. Formal conversation.
Usually quite formal, a little reserved. Right, you make sure to be careful to not talk about anything controversial, like politics or religion or anything of that nature. Polite conversation. Safe conversation. Both polite and formal and safe. Nothing controversial. Okay, very good. Okay, Putapona, can you take a look at this next one and read it for us, please?
Okay. Dear Aunt Coda, a friend of mine made an interesting observation the other day. She said I always address people too politely, and I apologize too profusely if I do something wrong. Why am I like this? Why can't I relax and be informal or aloof?
Yeah. Okay. One thing. Aloof. Aloof. There's a word in English, aloof. Do you know what that word means? Aloof?
No.
Aloof. A-L-O-O-F. If you are aloof, then you are much like this person is being described. You're polite and formal. You don't really talk about personal things with people, ever. Like a boss that never talks to his employees about their children or their personal lives. You're aloof. This is usually looked at as being negative. Maybe the person thinks the idea being if someone is very aloof, that they think they're better than everyone else. But maybe that's not necessarily true. If you're aloof, maybe you're just very shy, or you're a different kind of person, whatever. Okay. So it's not really saying that the person is a snob or stuck up. What you're saying is very neutral. They don't share personal information or inquire about personal information. No, maybe domestic. Okay, he made an observation. All right, when you make an observation, you point something out that may be a little different, that may be something you don't normally talk about if you make an observation, which this would be. If you address people politely, you talk to them politely. Basically, that's what that means. The last one, okay, putapone, profusely is the pronunciation, and it's another strong collocation verb and adverb. You apologize profusely. What do you think that means?
I think it's easier. It's like easily.
No, not really.
Oh, really?
I'm sorry,
Uh,
Pudupon, that's not quite right. You know, you have my deepest sympathies for getting that answer wrong. I'm very, very sorry you didn't quite get the right answer. I know you're a really good student, and I know you're trying really hard, and I don't want to discourage you from learning English. Yeah, a little too much, Sasha, do you think?
mm,
Yeah, all right. Yeah, too polite, too much, over the
mm,
top. Yeah, I just apologize to you profusely. Yep, that's it. Okay, this is a very strong co-location. Now, maybe too much or too strong, but if, you know, you do something absolutely terribly wrong, you wreck your boss's car. He lends you the car as a favor, and you destroy it in an accident. You're probably going to apologize profusely to your boss. I'm so sorry. It's all my fault. I can't believe I did that. All right. And maybe you should apologize profusely for such a circumstance. Okay, that's it. All right. Another request for advice. David, can you read this last one here?
Yes. Dear Aunt Cloda, I was at a party recently and I heard my friend Margie strike up a conversation with a handsome man sitting next to her. Then, after a while, during a lull in the conversation, I heard her whisper softly to him that she was not married. She is. Why did she tell a lie? Should I have told him? Jealous.
Jealous. Jealous. Haha.
Jealous.
Get it. All right. Silly. All right. To strike up a conversation, of course.
To start a conversation suddenly.
Exactly. Right. You might, especially, we use this especially with somebody we don't know, with a stranger. You strike up a conversation with someone at the airport, for example. Definitely. All right. All right. There's a lull in the conversation. What's that?
I think it's a moment, a period of calm or a quiet moment in that you can hear the conversation.
Okay. Very good. You might see a lull in the action at a football game, for example. Suddenly everything's happening at midfield and nobody's really doing anything. Yeah. All right. And whisper softly.
I think she was doing it because she didn't want other people to hear that.
Yes,
right. Because she was lying. She wanted to do, I think, dark things with this man.
You think so? I think maybe you're right. All right. Whisper softly. Okay, talk like this. Basically, you use no voiced speech. You just use all unvoiced speech to talk. All right. Yeah, that's it. Okay. All right. Last thing, you tell a lie. You don't say a lie. You don't give a lie. You don't. He told me a lie. He tells lies. He will tell a lie. We always use tell. You never use say a lie. Okie doke. What's this? We speak a foreign language. We don't say a foreign language. You're aware of that one. Okay, let's try a few exercises. Let's see if we can do some of these. Let's first try this one. Correct the collocation errors. Okay. Nader, all right, you can participate in this part. Nader, you can borrow my camera. I'll make you instructions about how to use it. I'll give you instructions about how to use it. That's right. Yeah, make you instructions would be like create you instructions. That's a little strange. That's it. You give someone instructions. Absolutely correct. Okay, Dell, number 2.
I could say you a lot of stories about what we used to do when we were kids.
Mm-hmm.
So
What's wrong?
the arrow here is we could say you about a lot of story.
No. The problem here is with our main verb, Dell. Say.
Oh, so tell you.
There you go. I could tell you a lot of stories. You tell a story, you tell an anecdote, you you tell a joke. Okay. But you give instructions, you give advice. Okay. All right. That's the problem there. Okay, Heidi, number 3.
That's enough about computers. I think it's time we move the subject, don't you? Change the subject.
Exactly. Change the subject. Again, that one's a really strong collocation. It just sounds weird if we don't use it. Sasha, number 4.
On the train, I hit up a conversation with an interesting man from Japan. Strike up.
Okay, well, past tense. Struck.
Strike up.
Struck up a conversation. All right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, hit up, very strange here. You can hit someone up for $5. I hit him up for a ride from the airport. If you hit someone up, well, very much related to this speaking subject, collocations. If you hit someone up for something, you ask them for a favor. Hey, can I hit you up for $5 for a coffee? I forgot my wallet. All right, like that. So it's related, but it doesn't belong here. You struck up or suddenly started a conversation, again, especially with a stranger. All right. Okay, Gina, number 5.
I can't talk Japanese. I can't speak.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, definitely. That's always true. In that case, I always speak. Put up on number 6.
I am afraid I really don't have time for a large discussion on the matter. Don't have time for a large. I don't think it's a large here.
I
Can
think you're
change
right.
large?
You
Yeah.
should. Yes. What should it be instead of large?
A big discussion. Can I use a big?
No.
No.
We tend to use, instead of big, small, we tend to use long, short.
Long discussion is better.
A long discussion. Long discussion works perfectly fine here. A lengthy discussion, lengthy, another strong collocation. You could say a long discussion, or a short discussion, a short talk, a long talk, a long chat, a short chat. These are commonly collocated with these verbs about talking.
And how about on the matter?
How about a what? Sorry?
On the matter. Behind the discussion. On the matter.
It's not computing. I'm not sure what you're saying. Automatter?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. I'm saying it back to you, and I don't know what I'm saying. Did you write it or spell it?
No. What does it mean?
Oh, what is?
On the matter.
Oh, on the matter. Oh, on the
Right.
matter. On the matter. Okay. I don't have time for a long talk on the matter. On that topic. On that subject.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, okay. That's worth noting. Sometimes we may refer to that the matter at hand. The topic we're discussing right now. The matter at hand. The subject we're discussing. Okay. So the matter can refer to subject or topic. Okay, actually, I'm glad you pointed that out. I would have missed pointing that out. Okay, Nader's asking, what is the difference between the matter at hand or matter in hand? Okay, or at hand and in hand. At hand is the thing right now we're doing. Okay. If you have, well, we can say the matter at hand or the matter is in hand. If the matter is in hand, it means that it's being taken care of. Somebody is addressing the situation and taking care of the problem. Don't worry, the matter's totally in hand. The subject, the situation. Okay, the matter can be the situation or the subject. All right. If the matter at hand is what we're dealing with. I have 20 cameras in hand. Yeah, meaning readily available. In stock, yeah, meaning I can give it to you like today in 5 minutes. Would be the idea. Okay. All right, continuing. Number 7, David, please.
The U.S. President George Washington is famous for confessing after saying a lie, after telling a lie.
Yeah, you tell a lie. Tell a story, tell a joke. Yeah, that's exactly right. Okay. Nader, I don't like your tone and... Oh, whoops. Well, okay, I just gave it away. I don't like your note of voice. There's no need to be so aggressive. All right, I think I mentioned this, that my mother used to say this to me. I don't like your tone of voice, right? Okay, we've only got a couple minutes. I don't know how many of these we'll get through, but let's give it a try. Dell, using these words. Fill in the blank.
I hope you will always.
The first one.
Yes, please.
I hope you will tell me the truth.
The truth. Yeah, you tell the truth. Tell a lie, tell the truth. Very good. Heidi, number 2.
I wish you had never read the subject.
Raise the subject. Very good. Number 3, Gina.
I hope she'll get to the point if I drop profusely.
Drop profusely. Sorry to laugh.
Drop the conversation.
No. The collocation is drop in the noun. You drop a noun. You're looking for a noun here. You can drop the subject, by the way, but that's not it. A possible answer here would be drop the subject, but that's not the answer we're looking for. No? No idea?
Drop. Enough hints.
There you go. You drop a hint. She'll get the idea if I drop enough hints. All right. You can also drop a subject, meaning quit that subject and talk about something else. Putapon, number 4.
You can use truly rely on Jack to make some interesting subject.
No.
Subject? No.
You don't make a subject. You bring up a subject or you introduce a subject, but you can't make a subject. You make
conversation.
Very good. Yes, you do. You make interesting conversation, hopefully. David, number 5.
I don't believe George when he pleads ignorance.
Yeah, I don't either. He pleads ignorance. Yeah.
And about sorry, about number 4, I think we have to put a plural noun because you are talking about some interesting observations instead of conversation.
Yeah, okay. Well, conversation is a noun. The conversation, a conversation. You're absolutely right. Observations would also work. Make some interesting observations. You're absolutely right. Actually, either one of those would work. I missed observations, but yeah, that's probably the answer they actually wanted you to use here, because it co-locates more strongly with. Well, interesting conversation is pretty strong a co-location as well as interesting observation. Okay. I don't believe George when he pleads innocent. I don't believe George Bush when he pleads innocent. Yes, that's a great sentence. All right. Terrific. Okay. Okay, there's a few more, but we're already over time. So we can't really get to them. I got another class I'm already late for, so maybe you can join me for that one. Thank you, everyone.